You are listening to the all-new Grindtime Sports Talk in the Mornings with Baldhead and DB. Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe.
Grindtime, top of the morning. DB, what's good with it?
Man, grind time, top of the morning, late nights, early mornings. What's going on with you, man?
Late nights, early mornings. You already know what's going on with me, baby. 2 Game 7s on Sunday, man. How was your weekend?
Man, it was pretty good, man. It was pretty good.
Low stress, no mess, hopefully. Low stress, no mess.
Low stress, low mess.
No mess. Man. That's all we can ask for, man. As the fine, upstanding gentlemen that we are. But it is Monday. This is episode 48. Yeah, this is episode 48 of the Grindtime Sports Talk show in the mornings. I'm hosted by me, Baldhead. This is DB. We on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. We talk boxing, premium boxing, basketball analysis from 2 of the best that ever did it. Right, DB?
That's right, man. Best to ever do it, man. History in the making, baby.
History in the making, man. Just like your boy Ant-Man last night, man. History in the making. Yeah, man.
How about it, man?
Yeah, a legend got made last night and a legend got killed last night. But we ain't gonna start there. We're gonna start off with my guy Luka Doncic, my dude. Luka Doncic and the Mavericks, man. They go ahead and close out their series over the weekend on Saturday night. And in pretty good fashion, if you ask me. I mean, it was a nail biter. The Mavericks were actually down in that game before they actually pulled it off. I thought the Thunder would go ahead and push it to Game 7. They was fighting like they wanted to do it. Good scoring across the board from the Thunder. I can't act like the Thunder came out and laid an egg in that game, DB. They didn't. They was just up against a team that just was better. The Thunder actually came out and did what they needed to do in that game in order to try to get it to Game 7. They just, unfortunately, in the end, they couldn't pull it off. Did you see the game, Game 6 with the Thunder and the Mavericks, DB, and what you think about it?
I mean, it was a good game. It was a real close game. It was high energy. You know what I mean? A lot of striking, a lot of aggressive and everything. And it came down to the wire, man.
Yeah.
It just so happened at the last play, your boy SGA fouled PJ
for a 3.
Yeah. And that did it.
Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah, SGA fouled PJ for the 3 at the end of the game on pretty much the last play of the game. And to his credit, in the press conference, he ain't shy away from it. They asked him, they said, man, how you feel about that last call? You know, they wanted him to be like, the refs gave me a bad call, you know, it was a tough call or whatever. Nah, SGA said I shouldn't have fouled him, man. He said if I don't foul him, we probably singing a different tune right now. He said I shouldn't have fouled him. I should have let him miss the shot. And if not, you know, we probably have a different outcome to that game. What you think about SGA being the young leader of that team, taking the brunt of that loss on like that?
I mean, man up, man. You gotta stand on business. You did it. You know you messed up. Go on, swallow that pill, man, and let it be known, man, that hey, you know, players mess up too, you know.
Oh yeah.
And you messed up. you blew it. You know what I mean? You can't do nothing but be a man about it. Have sportsmanship and own up to it.
Yeah, but I like the fact that he went ahead and took it. He the leader of that team. They're a young team. And even though they lost a tough series, man, in 6 games, they was the number 1 team in the East. And I'm sorry, in the West this year. I think OKC will be back next year.
We'll see. We'll see. That they is a good team. They is a good team. They're a young team. They running. They got a lot of energy, man, and it's a lot to come to that.
In a closeout game, SGA had 36 points, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. That's pretty good. Jay Will had 22 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds, almost a trip dub. Chet Holmgren, 21 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. 11 points off the bench from Isaiah Joe, 11 points from Lou Dort. To me, they played a good game, man. That should have been enough to win that game. It's just the Mavericks was down by 15, almost 20 points at one point in that game, and they still walked them back down. That's what I mean. They just was up against 2 legends, bro. I mean, let's be honest. Luka Doncic is a young guy, but he's clearly a young legend, man. And for them to go up against them, take them to 6 games, take them all the way to the end of the 6th game, I think that was pretty good for a young OKC team, even though they were the number 1 seed and expected to do better.
I mean, yeah, it was a good fight, man. They fought the fight, you know what I mean? And like you say, you had Luka, you had Kyrie.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a good team. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was the best man win,
Yeah.
It was a game 6. It won the game 7.
Was it?
It
was they game 7 though.
It was their game 7 though, and everybody came out to play, man, and luckily that they came close enough to where any mishaps or slip-ups was gonna cost them the game.
Yeah, but what you think it was, man? They was up by almost 20 points. What is it? Okay, we saw Ant-Man against Denver in game 6. Bro, it was halfway through the 3rd quarter and the Timberwolves were up like almost 30 points. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a bigger margin of victory, but still, they was up. It was still plenty of time for the Nuggets to walk them down. And you got Ant-Man standing in the middle of the court, holding up the number 7 like, this over. I know we going to 7. How come you think OKC, that young team, didn't have that lead and didn't just have that confidence to know ain't no way we losing this lead. We going 7. We going back to OKC.
Well, that's because the energy is different. You got different type of characteristics on them games. I mean, in them teams, with them teams, which is a different type of dog. You know what I mean? Like characteristic kind of helps and edge the dog that you have in you. You know what I mean? And it's all about mentality at the end of the day. And SGA, them boys ain't quiet. You know what I'm saying? He quiet for the most part. He do his howling and stuff like that. But that whole team, they young, man. They young and they just different, man, versus Minnesota. Ant-Man, he young too, but he got the edge to him. He got the characteristic. He outspoken. He gonna talk his talk.
So do you think that's what it is? You think OKC you think that them just not being, I don't know, I guess boisterous, them not showing a lot of energy and stuff, you think that hurt them in that series?
I do, because the energy you put out there, man, it can make you or break you, man.
I feel you.
Know what I mean? Sometimes a different type of energy can come in a room and smother your energy, man. You know what I'm saying? It can take over.
A more dominant energy.
More dominant energy, yeah. So I think that had something to do with it.
I feel you, cause it seemed like Luka was way more dominant energy wise in that whole series than the whole Thunder team.
Yeah, and then that confidence go up or go down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And doubt come in, everything.
Yeah. I think they was watching Luka, bro. Luka was just out there doing his little thing, flexing after he hit a 3. I think OKC got caught up in that. You know what I mean? They got caught up in watching him and wanting to get him back and all of that. And ultimately, it was a recipe for Mavericks success and Thunder loss.
That's right. They went, hey, it was a good game, but it went down the drain. Sent them home early.
I agree,
You know,
man.
you know, but they made it. They made it. You know, they made it to where they made it to. You know, shout out to them. But better luck next time, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the goal wasn't Western Conference semifinals for the number one team in the West, but that's where they end up losing at to the Mavericks, to a better team in the Mavericks, if you ask me. Daniel Gafford, Lively. Oh man, Lively is a rookie, but he was balling that whole series, man. It seemed like he caught so many alley hoops from Luka in that series, bro. I was just like, man, you know, and he a young boy, man. Rookie, and his mom just recently died like a few months ago, man. And you know what? I think, you know, not that you want nothing like that to happen to nobody, but that kind of grounds a young person, bro. When something crazy like that happened in your life, something so unexpected, you know, you losing your mother at a young age, it could just kind of make everything in your life just be a little bit more serious. And you being a young man who probably wouldn't be as focused, it'll kind of probably just create a little bit of added focus, you know, another reason for you wanting to go out there and play every day. You know, he was playing for his mom, and he actually said that after the game in a tweet, when he sent out a tweet about, you know, he think his mom was looking down on him and to watch him in the next series and all of that. So I like what the Mavericks did, man. They look good, but I don't think they no match for what they got coming up next. Whether it was the Wolves or the Nuggets, I don't think the Mavericks survived the next round. What about you?
No, I don't think the Mavericks survive the next round. Against you said the Wolves.
Well, whether it was the Wolves or the Nuggets, because they didn't know who it was when they won their game on Saturday night. But obviously we all know who it is now.
No, I don't think they survive.
Yeah.
No, that's over.
Yeah, so Mavericks did get that one, though. They win the series 4-2, close out the number one seed in the Western Conference. So I'm sure they're pretty happy to have that notch under their belt. They could say they beat number one. One of the first of the 2 Game 7s that we had this weekend was the Indiana Pacers versus DB's New York Knicks. And didn't go so well for your boy. Didn't go so well for your boy, DB. What you got to say about Brunson, man, and them Knicks?
I mean, you know, he broke. You know, the man broke his hand for Pete's sake. You know what I mean?
For Pete's sake, hey man, but that's why you have they call him a backup, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they try to do what they can do. You know, they had players dropping 30 points and 25 and stuff like that, but it just wasn't enough. The game had already got away. It was too late. It was blood in the water.
The game had already gotten away before he broke his hand.
I mean, you know, but in this day and time, man, a 20-point lead ain't nothing to come back to. Bro.
I agree.
You, especially with the third quarter, you know.
For sure.
You know what
but
I'm saying? So
but with a good hand, he got down by 20 points is what I'm saying.
With a good hand.
He had a good hand, and his team got down 20 in Game 7 in MSG. Bro,
well, honestly,
I don't think if Brunson would have played to the end of that game, I think they still lose. They just lose a closer game, that's all.
I don't know, man. That's kind of hard to say. But what I will say was we know the Pacers is a good team.
Yeah.
We know they got a lot of firepower, and when they on top of their game, man.
Hey, man, I'd like to see you giving the Pacers props, bro. It look good on your DB. You should do that a little more, man.
Hey, man, I ain't really got no problem with the Pacers, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But they got a lot of firepower, man. You know, when everybody can give you 20 points apiece and you know, and come out and play, they could be a serious problem for any team. You know, I think the next series they play, it's gonna be a good. I think Boston's gonna have their hands full.
Yeah, I agree with you. But me and you, from when this playoff started, only one of us got a team left.
Yeah.
Only one of us got a team left. And that's the Indiana Pacers.
Indiana Pacers, yeah.
You ain't got no stock in none of them other squads. So at this point, you a freelance commentator. You ain't got no dog in the fight.
I ain't got no dog, baby. But you know, I rock out with the Wolves though to the end, baby. You know.
Okay, well we gonna see. I rock out with the Wolves in the West, but if it come down to the Wolves playing my Pacers in the finals, you know who I'm going with. I'm going with Reese, baby. I'm going with Halliburton and them boys, them dogs. They gonna get the Wolves that work if it happen.
You think?
I know so. DB, I know so. I've been on this basketball for a long time, little cuz. I know so.
Such strong allegations.
Yeah, I heard you say that before.
I think you're getting ahead of yourself, Grasshopper.
I think you thought I was getting ahead of myself in that Lakers Nuggets series, but we saw how that turned out, right?
Well, we know what happened with that. We know what happened with that, but you know, man, what Halliburton did, man, it was it was good, man. They came out, they ball, everybody.
Halliburton ball, bro. 26 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 20 points from Siakam, 19 from Naismith. I told you, man, when my guys come out, and everybody who I talk about regularly with the Pacers did their thing yesterday. My guy who be holding LeBron down, Naismith, 19 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds. My guy TJ off the bench, 12 points, 7 assists, 2 rebounds. Obi Toppin didn't do too much yesterday. Isaiah Joe ball. Yo, man, look, ain't nobody. I don't think the Celtics got enough to deal with the Indiana Pacers, because what the Pacers showed you in Game 7 against the Knicks more than anything wasn't even their offense, it was their defense. They start shutting Brunson. When they want to put them in a straitjacket, they put Jalen Brunson in a straitjacket. They was letting them 40-point games go off because I think for the most part they didn't think that they would beat them with him playing that way. A couple of those games was really close for the Pacers. They could have already won the series. But I think that they knew they kind of would win the series. Jalen Brunson was being worn down, bro.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say that. That's the thing, man. With the coach running them boys in the mud, he running them through the ringer, man. He not pulling them out, getting no breaks. No,
well, can I ask you? But would they beat her if he didn't run them in the mud like that? Like, if he'd have, ask yourself this: had he been putting the backups in and pulling Jalen Brunson, pulling Josh Hart, would the Knicks have even been doing so good?
Yeah, because the way you do that, fresh legs is always good, man. The playing with the worn out legs. If you pull a guy hurt, give him a couple minutes to sit down, then put him back in, it's all good. You know what I mean? We seen it. I seen it last night with Minnesota. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We've been saying substitution forever.
Yeah, they was subbing. They subbed Ant-Man in that first half, and they was down big. And I was surprised because I was mad. Like, where Ant-Man? Like, why y'all don't put Ant-Man? But I guess they wanted to keep him fresh for that second half.
Yeah. So I think, man, pulling each player probably just one by one, just for a couple of minutes and getting them back out there, I think it would have helped. But
the crazy thing is Josh Hart been playing 48-minute games all playoffs, and ain't nobody had a problem with it. You only got a problem with it when they lose.
Yeah. Who hit me?
Yeah, but I know people been saying it like, oh man, Josh Hart playing wire to wire 48 minutes. But now it's like, oh, the coach needed to sit them boys down because they lost. But at first, people was just like, man, he running them boys in the ground, but they winning.
Yeah. They was winning. They was winning. And I ain't gonna say that it wasn't working, man. But look at your team. Your whole squad injured, man. All your important pieces, they hurt.
Yeah. You talking about the Knicks?
Yeah.
No, not all your important pieces. Good pieces are hurt. OG's hurt. Jalen Randall is hurt. But bro, DaVincio was playing. Josh Hart was playing and Jalen Brunson was playing. Those are the big three that got them to this point in the season. All three of they big three players was playing. And not only that, but one of they big three showed up in a way last night that he usually don't show up. DaVincio had 39 last night. Bro, the Knicks was supposed to win that game.
Yeah, but he ain't dropping it every night, though.
He don't drop it every night, but it was game 7, bro. He just needed to bring it for 7. How your boy DaVincio coming up with 39 and your boy Brunson, your man Brunson laying the egg.
Somebody had to step up, and everybody is, even though it's a game 7, he didn't show. He didn't show. All his motor was heating up.
I think he was his motor was overheated, bro. Yeah. You know he needed a tune-up. They needed to get a tune-up on that ride, dog.
Well, no. I think he was heating up later on in the game, I think he was gonna kick in. Then he broke his hand. So
Right, bro, because you can only put so much wear and tear on any parts, bro. Eventually, no matter how well the car is running and how good it's riding, the car gonna break down if you don't maintenance it. You gotta maintenance it by pulling these guys out of the game for a little bit of a while. That's the whole thing, and to that point, the Knicks had just gotten too drunk off Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart playing them long minutes, man, and literally going wire to wire in them games. And they just depended on them too much, and it let them down in the end, man. Even with DaVincio having a ball game of his life, because he had a Game 7 to remember. He probably had one of the best Game 7 performances in NBA history. DaVincio did. Because he had 39 points in 41 minutes. That's a great ball game.
Yeah, he did. He did his thing.
He did.
But man, when you ain't got that backup and no defense behind it, hey man, it's in you.
Brunson can't give me 17, bro. He can't. And Josh Hart damn sure can't give me 10. Allen Burks off the bench dropped 26. 26 off the bench, 39 from DaVincio. The Knicks were supposed to win, DB. They was at home. They wasn't supposed to lose that game. It's just that the Pacers, yeah, they balled a little bit different, bro. 20, 26, 12, 17, 9. Yeah, you ain't beating that, man. My Pacers pull that off 130 to 109, man, and they get the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. So we'll see how that go. Also, go ahead. You had another?
No, you good. I was gonna say something about Bronson, but niggas got a curse on them right now. So man, honestly, if you ask me,
Yeah.
But
yeah, bro, they've been an in the dumps franchise since the 90s, bro. When Patrick Ewing and them was trying to go to the finals against Michael Jordan, they been trashed that long.
Yeah, they been trashed that long, huh?
They have, cuz they have. But anyway, Knicks, we'll see them next year, man. Last night, the ball game of the weekend to me, the Minnesota Timberwolves versus Nikola Jokic and the defending champion Denver Nuggets. Game 7, Western Conference semifinals. Minnesota going to Mile High, man. The worst stadium to play in the NBA. The best home court advantage in the NBA. And they win that Game 7. The Minnesota Timberwolves went into Denver in one series, DB, and won more games in Denver than they have lost in the last 3 years at home. Did you hear me? They never lose at home. Denver never loses at home in the playoffs. Minnesota beat them 3 times in that series. That's as many losses as they've had in the playoffs at home in the last 3 seasons, bro. Ant-Man, bro, came out. And you know what? He didn't have the best game yesterday. But he had 17 points or 18? 16 points?
Yeah.
Bro, in a Timberwolves win, in a game where at one point they were down almost 20 points. No, they were down more than 20 points to the defending champions on the road in the worst stadium to play in the NBA, bro. And they come back in the second half, lockdown defense. The team was actually led in scoring by Jaden McDaniels and Karl Anthony Towns, both who had 23 points. Now that's another thing. Ant-Man had help last night. But in my opinion, DB, the reason that his help was so effective was because as the double teams came on him last night, he got rid of the ball earlier. Whereas in them earlier games when the double team would come, he would almost out of frustration try to get his way out of it or at the last minute pass out of it. He was getting that ball off early. They was finding wide open shooters. And to their credit, they was knocking down the shots, DB. What you feel about that Game 7 yesterday against the Wolves and the Nuggets?
Man, I think it was a good game, man, in the beginning. Blood pressure was up. I'm like, man, what are y'all doing, man?
It was horrible in the beginning.
What's going on? They down by 20. Minnesota down by 20. I'm like, man.
Well, in your opinion, what was going on when they was down by 20?
I'm causing the TV. It's just that, man, they didn't have the same matchups they had in Game 6 going on.
What you mean? The same? They wasn't guarding the same way? I just thought that they just.
You had Rudy on Jokic.
At the beginning of the game?
At the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Rudy was on Jokic, man. And you had and then they were switching off. They had other players taking Jamal, and it was all the. It was
You think that could have been a strategy?
It could have been.
Because think about it. In Game 6, where they say the Wolves won it was because Ant-Man was locking down Jamal Murray, and in Game 6, Cat eventually got on Joker. So do you think that they came out in this game like almost on some fool's gold, like fooling the Nuggets into thinking that Goldberg was about to guard Joker? So he got comfortable with Rudy, and then thinking that Jamal was going to be guarded by McDaniels or somebody else. So he got comfortable with them, and then all of a sudden Minnesota pulled the switch. They put Cat on him, and then they put Ant-Man on Dude, and it's just like the last game. Do you think that could have been a strategy?
Yeah, and I think it may have been a strategy that to kind of say the players, man, because them refs, boy, they know they was cheating for Denver last night. They was calling all type of fouls for Denver, boy. They was calling fouls that they should have been calling against Denver. They wasn't even calling, but they was quick to call anything on Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as if they was almost just trying to just give them the game, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, they cheating. You know, Rudy fouls out, Cat 5 fouls.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I saw it.
Gordon, he had 5 of them. He never fouled out. You know,
right?
It was a good physical game, but the calls they was called, they wasn't giving the timeout they was called. Conley them was calling, they wasn't giving it to them.
Yeah. That was a horrible play. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
the scramble on the ground where Mike Conley clearly got possession in between both of his elbows. No Nugget even got their hand on the ball, and he's calling timeout. And the rep, but that's where I say I don't think that they be cheating. I think what happens with the refs, DB, they start watching the game instead of calling it. You know what I mean? So I think that they're the whole time while they're looking at Conley, they're looking to see if a Nugget is going to get their hand on the ball instead of watching him calling a timeout. And so by the time they call the jump ball, he mad. And I don't blame him for being mad. He's like, man, I called the timeout.
Yeah,
because he did. But they end up watching the game, bro. They human beings, and that's what I think happens. I think that they end up doing what we do.
Man, no, you right, but you paid to do a job.
I agree.
Do your job. You get paid good money, I'm pretty sure, to do this too. Do your job. You know, it'd be so much at stake with this you know, with these games, man. Especially considering the fact that, man, you know, we got people who got their money on these games, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the whole country, unfortunately, is gambling on these games.
Yes, man. And it's very important. And then, you know, it's just so much you got to consider, man. You gotta worry about the refs being a fan of a certain team.
Yeah. That's
one of them. Then you gotta worry about them not seeing it, not calling it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just too much. That's with that comes with
but
that.
DB,
man.
That's what make it the game, man. That's what makes it a game. It's gonna be errors in the game. It happens. It all of that. Listen, all of that helps the game. You don't want refs to blow a call, but sometimes a couple years later when you like, man, my man's them lost, but it's because bro blew the call. That becomes a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? The referees making and missing calls. I love it, man. But it's just as long as it ain't too lopsided. As long as the Lakers not shooting 42 free throws and the other team shooting 9, it don't look crazy to me. You know what I mean?
Don't foul. Don't foul them.
You ain't gonna never let that go. Stop fouling. Nothing seemed wrong to you, but okay. Look, man, I ain't never seen a game that lopsided in free throws. That game will forever stick out to me in my mind. It'll be 3 years later, and I'm gonna be referencing that Lakers and Pacers game, bro. I'm saying, man, the Lakers shot 40-some free throws, man. The Pacers got like 7. That's crazy. But with the Wolves and the Nuggets, though, just sheer dominance in the second half from the Nuggets to me, man. Joker, this the first series that I seen that it looked like He was worried about a team. He was worried about them last night. And you could see the concern on his face in the second half, even though they were still up by like 15 points as the Wolves was walking them down. Because every time the Wolves would make a shot, they was D'ing up hard. And it was like, pause, D'ing up hard, pause. But it was like, dang, man, these boys locking in. Like, you could tell before they came back that they believed that they could come back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, another thing, man, you put Nuggets in the dog cage. You see what happened to them, man. You put Nuggets in the dog cage and see what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like, Wolves love meat. You know what I'm saying?
Of course you're going to see what happens.
You know what I'm saying?
But it depends on what type of nuggets you putting in there because it's various nuggets. You know that, right? You got chicken nuggets, you got gold nuggets, you got all type of nuggets.
You're right. Well, we gonna put some chicken nuggets in there.
And them clearly was some chicken nuggets last night.
That was chicken nuggets last night. You know what I'm saying?
With barbecue sauce.
With barbecue sauce. You know what I'm saying? And
we like barbecue sauce, man.
Man, you hear me? and they locked them up, man. And you can just feel the momentum with that. You know what I mean?
You can just feel it shifting, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can just feel it, man. And you know, it was good. And I knew Minnesota was gonna win because the momentum and the energy shifted towards the end. Like it shifted perfectly. It's like they hit the switch. Like, all right, like if you was racing and you had your turbo left, and the other drivers used his, and you get your 11, you just shot past them. That's what they looked like, man.
Yeah, it did. Because they took off past him, and it seemed like as soon as they grabbed the lead, they was like, we ain't letting this go. I ain't getting this back. It's over.
You ain't getting it back. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, man. Right. So yeah, Wolves did that thing last night, man. Pulled it off. Sent the defending champs home. Sent the 3-time MVP home. You know they already saying, see, he didn't deserve that MVP. People couldn't wait to see him lose just to say that. But I don't agree with that, bro. Joker, the 3-time MVP. Joker is a beast. Sent Bron and AD them home. Had the Wolves pretty much scared up until that game last night. I got to give dude his props. He's a beast, dog. And he the only reason that everybody in the world was worried about the Nuggets actually beating the Wolves. The Wolves are better than the Nuggets for the most part on paper, 80% of the way, other than the Joker.
Yeah, and Joker, man, you know what? And the thing about that with him, man, he did his thing.
He balled, man. Bro.
He balled.
He missed, but his 3-pointers, oh my Lord.
Yeah. Keep shooting. And hey, Murray had 35. They both went off, but the team ain't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The team ain't do nothing.
Yeah, they both went off, but what they started doing, bro, they was leaving Joker wide open for 3-pointers last night. Bro, Denver Nuggets was 8 of 33 last night from the 3, bro. 8 of 33. Right. And I'm not going to act like the Mavericks' main thing to do in that series is just going to be to match the Wolves point for point in the backcourt. It'll be about Anthony Edwards. It'll be about the backcourt wings. It'll be about Cat on the perimeter, Nas Reed coming into the game. More than it's going to be about defending the paint and having a big man down there. So to me, the Mavericks are going to be able to spread the floor. They're going to be able to pull Rudy out of that paint. Rudy ain't going to be able to just sit down there because, there ain't no Joker to defend. They got Lively. They got the other big man, Gafford. They got 2 athletic big men, plus their backups that come in. They kind of play small ball. So it's going to be a smaller version of basketball that the Wolves are going to be facing versus the Nuggets. The Nuggets was a big team. So the Wolves going to have to play a totally different game versus the Mavericks in order to beat them. Because it's really going to boil down to Anthony Edwards to me versus Luka Doncic. That's why I give the Mavericks their chance. I think the Mavs just star for star, Luka versus Anthony Edwards, I don't think it's going to be no match. And then when you add Kyrie Irving to that make it even worse.
Well, that's the thing. Ant-Man made a comment saying, he looked forward to playing against Kyrie,
Did he?
Yeah, he made a comment. I saw the video. He said it in It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. I don't think Ant-Man gonna be going Luka.
Right.
He gonna be going Kyrie. You know what I mean? And I think they already was prepared for this.
Mm-hmm.
And ready for it. And and they got some players to to play some small ball with the Mavs. But need be, man, is nevertheless, man, you still got.
Yeah, I agree because they could pull Rudy, put Cat at the 5, and Nas Reed at the 4. And that'll kind of get them that small lineup that spread the floor. They got 5 shooters on the court now. Yeah, that'll probably. You know what? I bet you this. I bet you in that Mavericks series, you won't see Rudy Gobert on the floor as much as you saw him versus the Nuggets. Yeah. They'll have to because they're gonna need the shooting. They're gonna need the floor spreading and all of that for Ant-Man and them because it ain't no shot blocking really on the Dallas Mavericks team. So Anthony Edwards and McDaniels, they should have their way running down the paint, running down the center of the court to me. But we'll see how that play off in the next round as the Western Conference tip off in Minnesota. Might have to figure out how to get up there, DB, man. That's gonna be a good one. Mm-hmm. We also had Alexander Usyk in boxing face off against Tyson Fury this weekend, man. Usyk gave that boy that work, man. Usyk put Fury down, man. He beat him up pretty good too, man. A lot better than Deontay Wilder did, man. Like he put his hands on him. He had way more control of the fight than Deontay Wilder. He actually showed me a much better blueprint for beating a fighter that big. And what Usyk showed in that fight, from what I saw in all them Wilder fights, man, Wilder's approach to Tyson Fury was all wrong, man. It was all wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I watched. I seen some of it, man. And I know Wilder, man. The first fight he whooped him.
Yeah,
he put him down.
The first fight he should have won because that was a count out at the end of the fight. As a matter of fact, when a fighter is down and totally out like that, bro, they don't even count. He was out. His eyes was closed, bro. He was out. They just start waving their hands and say this is over. The fight is over. Yeah. It's a knockout. But they counted and let him literally get up at 10. So to me, they kind of took away a knockout victory from Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fought 2 more times after that. Tyson Fury is the better boxer. He beat him twice after that decisively, bro.
Yeah, he did. And this time, with Tyson, man, he got beat, man. He had him all on the rings, man. Couldn't keep his feet up, man. He all in the corner. Mm-hmm. He was doing them dirty, to the point where he got talking about people cheated. They thought they cheated and everything else.
Yeah, he said they cheated for him because he's Ukrainian and that his country is currently at war. He said so the refs cheated him out of the victory because they just wanted to give a victory to Ukraine. I don't know about that, Tyson Fury. He was beating you down. He was busting you up, bro. He was moving you backwards. There's so many shots and screen shots on the internet of Tyson Fury just getting his jaw smacked, bro. I mean, Usyk put hands on that boy last night. And Usyk, I got to give him his props. I don't pay a lot of attention to the heavyweight division right now because it's trash. It's hard for me to watch so many out-of-shape fighters fight. I said that before. I'm just used to fighters being in shape. I can't enjoy a fight with Tyson Fury. It just don't look good. It look like a bar brawl to me. Like 2 drunk alcoholics at the bar outside the bar fighting. That's what that Usyk versus Fury fight looked like to me. That's why I don't know. But Usyk, bro, the dude been on a tear. He beat Anthony Joshua twice. He just beat Tyson. He beat all of these guys who supposed to have been fighting each other who was the best heavyweights. And now they calling for him to fight Deontay Wilder. What you think, bro? Do you think Wilder got a chance against dude?
Man, as crazy as it may sound, man, I think he do. I think he'll beat him, man.
Think Wilder knock him out?
I think Wilder knock him out, man. Because sometimes the matchups, it just be different.
I know what you mean.
You
yeah, dude's shorter than Wilder. I think Wilder keep him off of him as he did in Tyson Fury. And I think when Wilder keep people off of him, he eventually get that right hand to their jaw and he knock them out.
Yeah. So I think Wilder beat him. You know, he'll put it on. You know what I'm saying? Pause and I think.
But I still think Tyson Fury could beat Wilder.
Me too.
Ain't that crazy though?
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. But like I said, he didn't beat him twice, man. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a confidence thing at that point after he didn't beat him the first time.
Yeah.
I just don't know, man. But he, like I said, he lived rent free in that man's head.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. Tyson Fury is Deontay Wilder's father in his previous lifetime. For sure. But I do think Wilder give Usyk that work. And it's a fight that I would actually like to see. Now that he beat Tyson Fury, if they make the fight between Usyk and Wilder, that's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a big fight, and I'm gonna be front row. I would like to be front row to see something like that, as long as they're not having to fight overseas or something crazy like that.
Right. Yeah.
But you know how they be doing.
Right.
So yeah. So that was Usyk and Tyson Fury over the weekend. We also had Ryan Garcia. No, not Ryan Garcia. Yeah, no, they were talking about Ryan Garcia this weekend and just all of the attention he garnering because he called out David Benavidez. And they've been doing these polls about these fight possibilities. And all of the Ryan versus David Benavidez, Ryan versus Earl Spence, bro, these are the fights that people want to see the most. So my question, bro, is Ryan Garcia the new king of boxing, man? Like off of one win, bro, because nobody was talking like about him like this before he beat Devin Haney. Do you think he the king of boxing just based on that win?
The champ is here. The people have spoken.
I think so too, man.
I think he here to stay. And I don't think that.
If you think he here to stay, you saying you think he gonna win more. So you think he gonna win more fights?
Yeah, I think he gonna win more. And I think if anything happened with that test results, I don't think the punishment gonna be as bad because the people want to see it, and it seems like it's more money tied into this.
That's
everybody
crazy.
Everybody down to make $1.
Hey man, for as crazy as you sound saying that, the crazy thing is you make from looking at everything, it makes sense what you're saying. It's like they don't care. Like you said, the people have spoken. The people have decided he is our star. We like him. And so we rocking with him, regardless of what y'all say about him. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, to the point where, man, this man had made a comment. He said, man, if they ban me, I'll start my own league. My own boxing league. I'm talking about, oh man, he got Devin Haney daddy going crazy.
He does.
Well, he upset. He said now he's saying that he's gonna start his own league.
Yo, not only that, man, but yesterday the little dude, as crazy as it sounds, said that if he hit Devin Haney's mama, would it make him the best? I didn't know if he was talking about smashing her or cracking her in her jaw. Like, I don't know what he means by and I don't think a lot of people do, because a lot of people going with the fact that he's saying he would punch Devin Haney's mama in the face. And the thing about it is, even in the midst of P. Diddy's video coming out of him beating Cassie and everybody being outraged about it, Ryan Garcia can get on the internet and say that he would possibly hit a woman and nobody give him no flack or no nothing for it, man. The dude, that's what I mean. He's beyond reproach. He could do steroids. He could say he gonna hit a woman. You could say he cheated in the fight and his fans love him more.
Yeah, but we're gonna Leslie, with the steroid, because the test today is the day that the results come back. So we gonna see what it is, but I don't think it's nothing in there, but
You wanna wager? You wanna put something on that? You owe me a dinner already.
I'm just waiting for the results at this point.
We can't wager if you're gonna wait to see the result. The wager's before the results.
Right.
I'm saying he pops dirty again because it's like 98, 99% of the time the B sample comes back the same as the A sample. You telling me Ryan is in that one, huh? You said that before. This is Ryan. He the one.
He's in that one.
Like I say, man, y'all some faithful fans, bro.
Hey, man. Ryan.
Exactly. You making me think I'm back at Barclays, man. Stop it. All right, man. What you got for extra topics today, man? You got anything else?
Man, honestly, you touched the extra topic, man. When we talk about the Ryan, man, we kind of did. We went from the him and the results, man, to P. Diddy and his devilish ways. You know what
man,
I mean?
your boy.
So
It used to be my dog, man, P. Diddy, man, but I don't know, man. How the mighty have fallen. But hey, man, I ain't gonna throw no stones, bro. I live in a glass house. I can't throw no stones at the man. I would never do nothing crazy like that. But you know what I'm saying, man. I ain't gonna throw no stones at the man. I live in a glass house myself, brother.
You are listening to the all-new Grindtime Sports Talk in the Mornings with Baldhead and DB. Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network.
Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network. That is our show for today. I'm Baldhead, this DB. We signing off for today, y'all. Peace.
Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network.